Hey, so I wanted to come on today and talk a little bit about on-market versus off-market properties. You may have heard the terms being used and you're kind of like, what does that mean exactly? So I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about what that means and how it can benefit you. So we'll just have a little discussion. I have my tea, so go ahead and grab your drink of choice. I usually have matcha because it makes me like so focused and I feel so good. But I'm almost out of it and I want to save it for tomorrow morning before I have a chance to go get more. I'm going to need that. So I'm having tea right now. And what I want to talk about is, all right, so first of all, buyers. How can an off-market property help a buyer? So as you probably know, our real estate market is still wild. And I know in a lot of parts of the country, it's slowing down. I can tell because I mastermind with a bunch of different agents and real estate professionals. And they are telling me that in other areas that their market has almost stopped. So here in the Northeast, we still have a pretty vibrant market. So I am an agent in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, and it's still pretty vibrant. It's a little bit less vibrant in Philadelphia, but here in South Jersey, especially in price ranges less than $500,000, it's still pretty nuts. So with buyers, the way that an off-market property can assist a buyer is when you have an off-market property, you're not getting nearly the amount of bids that you're getting as on an on-market property, like a property that's listed in the MLS. Because once a property is listed in the MLS, it's available to everyone. It goes out, it's syndicated to all the sites. It goes to Realtor.com, Zillow, all of them. And everybody has access to it and everybody can bid on it. In an off-market property, only a couple people know about that. So it's usually just the seller, maybe someone helping them, and then that person helping them, whether they have it under contract or they're a realtor, can contact people to buy this property off market. So when I'm working with buyers, and especially if they are they're looking in a price range or a neighborhood or a town that is really very vibrant, I will introduce them to off-market properties. So I get off-market properties from my own marketing because I also buy houses, and so I do marketing from that. So at any given moment, I may have an off-market property that fits what they're looking for, and I will match the two. Or I have a group of investors. So through these years of doing real estate investing, I have built a group of other investors that know, like, and trust me. And so I'm able to go to them at any given time and ask what they have for off market. And if that doesn't bring anything up, then I will go ahead and go to sellers and I will try to find an off market property for the buyers. And that way they have a lot better chance of getting their offer accepted than if it's out there, because we are still seeing multiple offers on listings. So there are so many different factors, and I should probably do a different video on this, but with sellers, if the house is priced at or slightly below market, it's going over market price. If it is overpriced and slightly above market value, it is sitting on the market. So that's what we have happening right now, and it's pretty wild out there. So I will go and get off-market properties for people that are looking in neighborhoods and in price ranges where this is going to be a situation. It's not that much of a situation in houses that are higher priced, into the 6, 7s, up into $1 million in South Jersey. So it's not that much of a situation in the higher price ranges, although it is still a situation. So if you have a nice house, let's say a $650,000 house, and you price that house for $680,000, it's going to sit. But if you price that house at $645,000, it's going to get multiple offers. So it's really such a weird market, and pricing is such a determining factor on how much a house will sell for and how long it will sit on the market. So that is off-market property for sellers. An on-market property is a property on the MLS. So that is a person that is selling their house traditionally. They have hired a real estate agent. It's out on the MLS. It's available to everyone. An off-market property is a property that is not on the MLS. And an example of that is I have an off-market property right now, and that is in Marlton. It's actually a property that we're going to rehab. And so I'm doing this with some partners. And so what I did is I went over, well, first, every time that I talk to a seller, I'm like, let's hop on a Zoom and just figure out where you are and what you need and like what's happening in your world and what's happening with this piece of real estate that you have, and really just build a prescription for the best possible scenario for you. So we'll get on a Zoom, I'll ask a bunch of questions and just sort of just go over the information, and then we'll make an appointment to meet at the house. If you're not in the area, then I will you can either FedEx me a key, or you might have a relative that has access, or a neighbor. So I'll go over, I'll look at the house, and I'll make multiple offers. So in this circumstance, what happened was, this is a family and they want to move to Florida. They have a house that needs a lot of repairs, and they don't want to list this house. They don't want to deal with having it on the market, having to make repairs, having to deal with everything that comes along with listing a house, having to show it. They just don't want it. They just want to move to Florida. So I asked them what it is that they need to pay off the house, to be able to have enough money to move to Florida. They gave me a number, I made an offer, and it worked. So that's an example of an off-market property. Another example of an off-market property is, I got a call yesterday, I think, or maybe it was Saturday, and that call was about a person that also is moving to Florida, and she has a property that she no longer wants, that she doesn't need the cash out to move, but she is retiring, so she's concerned about her income. She's worried about running out of money, and so she has this piece of real estate that she wants to sell on seller finance, because what that will do is, she has a small mortgage on the property, and it will pay off that small mortgage and then provide her with an income stream. We're setting up a 20-year loan on this, so it will provide her with an income stream that she can move away, not worry about where to invest it, not worry about what the stock market is going to do, not worry about an upcoming recession. We have the number locked in. I will pay her that every month for the next 20 years, and it will go on to her heirs, just in case she's like, well, what if I outlive this? And so, or what if, the house outlives her? So wants that income stream. So that's another example of an off-market property. So the benefit to sellers on an off-market property is that they don't have to pay a real estate commission. They can sell it right away, like within a week or so. And they don't have all the hassles that come along with a regular listing. So I do list houses too. I really think that by listing a house, especially in this market, and if it's in good condition, that's probably where you're going to net the highest amount, even with paying a real estate commission, because if you're pricing it correctly, it may go over asking. So this market is just so strange, because I say may, because it's like every house is a totally different story. Like, it's so crazy, because like, I've never seen a market like this where every house is a different story. Like, you can kind of put the story together, but it's always a maybe. So if you're interested in on market or off market property, please contact me. I'm a realtor in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, and I also buy houses across the United States. So I have a network of people that I work with, real estate professionals across the United States. We buy houses, we list houses. So whether you have a house that you would like to list or a house that you would just like to sell off market, contact me and I will be able to partner with someone else to help you out with that house. I will be able to partner with someone else and help you to determine, should you list a house? Should you sell it off market? What should you do? And we will help you out. So that is about it in off market and on market property. A couple updates with the animal rescue world. If you don't know me yet, I am in rescue and real estate. So I leverage real estate and real estate investing, so I have the time and resources to be able to go out and rescue animals. So I am a senior volunteer with Brookline Labrador Retriever Rescue, and I also just joined the Animal Legal Defense Fund this past weekend. So that means that I will be advocating for and lobbying for laws to help animals. So I need the time and resources to be able to do this. From your referrals, from your recommendations of me, it really helps me out so much. So I'm so grateful for my loyal clients, the reviews that you've given me, the referrals that you give me, because it does really help me out to help and make an impact on the world. So anyway, I'm eternally grateful that I get to layer these two important things in my life, which is rescue and real estate. So I have a rescue coming up tomorrow. You know what? I'm going to do a reel about this dog. His name is Marley, and I rescued him in 2017. And long story short, he was in a garage for his whole 2.5 years. Like from a puppy, somebody put him in a garage in Philly and just fed him every day, and he just was never let out of the garage. So when I went over to evaluate him, when he finally was let out of the garage, he was totally insane. Like this dog was just jumping all over me. I couldn't even, like, the evaluation is like ridiculous. And it was like 3 degrees that day in North Philly. It was just craziness. So we brought him into Brookline, and he worked with a trainer who is excellent. Her name is Lisa Birkenstock, and her business is My Pet's Trainer in Pennsylvania. She's fantastic. I actually just called her this morning to see if she can help me with another dog that we have coming in, which is another Marley. I'm pretty sure this dog is in the shelter. I'm going to be evaluating her and another one. I have 2 girls to evaluate tomorrow. One's a black lab, one's a chocolate lab. So I'm evaluating them both, and the one is she has been locked in a Rubbermaid shed for an undetermined amount of time. So she was locked in there, and they had nailed the door shut and carved out a little hole for her to be able to put her head through, to be able to get air and look outside, I guess. But anyway, the animal control officer took her, brought her to the shelter, and she has the same issue, like just the craziness that happened with Marley. I'll put a reel out there, and I'll put a short on YouTube if you want to see it, and I'll put the reel on Instagram. But she has the same issue, and the issue is like so weird. It's like they don't have any impulse control. Like something happens to them from being locked up like that, and so they tend to like bite, but it's like mouthing. You know how a puppy will mouth? They never got out of that puppy mouthing, and now they're big. Now it's an 80-pound dog that's mouthing. And from Marley, I ended up with bruises like all over my arms and legs. It was horrible because we had him up in a kennel up in Quakertown, and I was going there once a week. I was driving. I think I lived in Philly at the time, and I was driving from Philly to Quakertown to help this dog and to make sure that he was socialized, and I would just leave there with like bruises and scratches all over. So we did eventually, with Lisa's help, rehabilitate Marley, and he went to a forever home, which is just like my dream come true. Like that's why I do all this. And this girl, this black lab that we have coming in tomorrow, they're telling me that she has the same issue at the shelter. So we'll see. I hope we have a foster home. If you're interested in fostering, let me know. We always need foster homes. So if you're interested in fostering for Brookline, let me know. And I guess that's about it. So that's what I have to do tomorrow. Today, I'm putting together. Look at this thing that I got. Oh wait, hold on, it's the back. Can you see it? So this is an arrow garden, so I can grow my own lettuce at home, which I'm pretty excited about because I'm always eating lettuce every day. And if I don't have it, I have to run out and get it. And this is so fresh. I can grow it at home year round. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. And if you have any questions about anything that I talked about on this video, put it in the comments below, which I monitor. And my contact information is in the description. So if you have any questions about real estate, about rescue, about arrow gardens, let me know. And thank you so much.